Greg Watson from Watson Real Estate in Palmerston North. The Real Estate Institute of New Zealand has just released their monthly property report for March, which relates to statistics around the country for February. So I'm just going to summarise that a little bit, and in particular a little bit of a leaning towards Manawatu Wanganui, which is of course where I am based. This is comments by Bindi Norbel saying that the latest REINZ stats show New Zealand house price increase is the largest in 53 months. So that's over 4 years. So the median house prices across New Zealand increased by 14.3% in February when compared to the year before. That's up from 560,000 to 640,000. Comments within her report talk about that for 2 months in a row we've now seen every region in the country experiencing annual median price increases, and that price growth is carrying on, although she does say that the strong demand across the country is causing price rises to probably continue into March. However, she does mention that the economy could take a sudden hit from COVID-19. And so she says that they'll be keeping a close eye on that, and it will be interesting, as I agree, it will be interesting to see what the Reserve Bank does with the OCR, the official cash rate, on the 25th of March. If they drop that slightly, that could ease interest rates offered by banks potentially, not necessarily, and to go from there. So what's been happening, what's some of the figures? Well, the record median prices were recorded in a wide range of areas, but first of all, let's talk about the prices in New Zealand. If we exclude Auckland, they've gone up 11.8% to a record median of 550, and in Auckland the prices have increased 4.3%, and that's up to 851 median price. There's some other record median prices there. I've highlighted Manawatu Wanganui, which again is the shining light. A 22.8% increase in the median house price. That's an incredible return when you consider alternatives of where you might like to put your money. I get contacted by people often from out of town wanting to invest in this area and helping them along. So these are up from 346 to 425. We'll move on slightly to the summary data, and again that just shows in this top part here the national percentage, 14.3% increase, outside of Auckland 11.8%, and within Auckland 4.3%. So how does that look around the country? Remember, if we start with the North Island, the R is a record price, and the number of regions have again record median house prices, and you can see there that some of the changes are still pretty good. Northland 12%, Bay of Plenty 14%, and Gisborne 15%, so fairly big changes there as well. Like I say, Manawatu Wanganui very strong, Wellington strong as well, as is Tasman, and Marlborough going along really well too. Let's move down and have a look at the South Island. Canterbury up 4.2%, and Otago, which does perform pretty well, I've got to say, a bit like Southland has in recent times. Some big percentages there, and on the west coast as well. So here's what's happening in your area. Remember, these are the seasonally adjusted sales volumes, so it's good to comparing it to February this time last year. So this is actually probably the column here, in terms of the volumes of properties, whether there's more or less selling. As you can see here, there's an inverse relationship usually between less properties selling and prices going up. Same again, if we compare to last year, the seasonally adjusted sales price, Manawatu Wanganui 22.8, you can see there, but there are some other good performers as well. So you can have a look to see what it's like in your area. Here's some information about Manawatu Wanganui. It's one of the areas that properties are selling the fastest in this country, and that's under 30 days to sell a house. In fact, it's 24 days on average to sell a house, although we're finding we're getting multiple offers on properties, usually within the first week. It's also the lowest inventory of anywhere in the country, at least in the regions, and that means there's about 9 weeks. In other words, if no one else listed any houses, we'd run out within that period of time. What I'd like to do is break things down slightly for you. So here's break it down to Manawatu Wanganui. You can see here in individual parts and how those median prices have changed. Look at Manawatu District, up from 390 to 520 in 1 year. Wanganui up proportionately quite massive. And in fact, you can see the percentages down here. Wanganui District up 41%, Tararua 36%, that's part of the creep north from Wellington that's causing that. Ruapehu, big increases, Rangatiki as well. And these increases are indicative of people moving out of the larger centres to get into smaller ones. However, in saying that, even Palmerston North City up over 20% in terms of the prices. Finally, let's look at the curve. The curve started, in my opinion, around here, about November 2015, and has just kept going up. And that's the general trend. No reason why that should stop anytime soon in Manawatu Wanganui. There are some very big infrastructure projects going on. Sales volumes dropping away slightly as it becomes harder and harder to purchase properties. This is a picture of the days to sell, so you can see they're selling quicker and quicker. And as I mentioned, a record here, 24 days is the fastest in the country. So that's all we've got time for today. That's a little bit of a roundup. If you'd like more information, you can go to the Real Estate Institute, reinz.co.nz. If you'd like more information on property in Palmerston North or Manawatu Wanganui, you can contact me at Watson Real Estate in Palmerston North. Thanks for watching.